What's up, family? What's up, family? I wanted to do this quick story about this picture that's going around on the internet that got everybody upset. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are upset about this picture. A lot of people are not upset about this picture. A lot of people is like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? What's the issue? But one thing I can say about my people, about black people, is we can make anything look good, right? We can make dying look good. You know what I'm saying? We can make anything look good. We just have that much talent. You know what I'm saying? Black people are so talented that we can make betrayal look good. Let me repeat that one more time for the slow people. I said black people are so talented that we can make betrayal look good. I'm serious. We can make anything look good because we're just that talented. But anybody knows me personally, I am an advocate for black love. I'm an advocate for black unity. I'm an advocate for what's real and what's right. I'm an advocate for black people coming together and saying that we never needed them for anything. That's how you win. See, you can't win if you say, well, I needed you. I needed my enemy. You know what I'm saying? I needed their women in order to make me happy. So I'm saying I needed a white man to make me successful. I needed this. See, I'm the kind of person that wants to have a victory with us saying that we didn't need you. We did it on our own. That's victory. Anytime you think you need them and you know what I'm saying, and I'm successful because of my beautiful non-black wife, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for her, see, they still get the credit. And what happens, you know what I'm saying, with this racial dynamic is these women look better than these black men on this picture. What signal is it sending? It's basically saying these black men are successful because of these non-black women. And these non-black women are the reason why they are successful. Anybody that looks at this picture, because you know what the dynamics is, you know what I'm saying? You know, with them being up and we being down here, you know about the pecking order, the racial pecking order, right? Anybody look at this picture is going to say, oh, that's why they're successful. Because they with these non-black women. If they would have been with black women, they never would have been successful. But they not knowing that there's thousands of stories just like this where black men are successful that have black women, but they'll never tell you that. Because, you know, we all like to spin these delusional scenarios that don't even exist. You know, we all love to, you know what I'm saying, highlight the straw man. You know, and that's our problem. As a society, we're delusional. But see, the thing is, a lot of us are living according to European philosophy. Every time they say something, we run with it. Don't you know they get to set the narrative? If they say, well, race doesn't matter, we'll follow that. If they give us a white Jesus, we'll follow that. If they say Nikes are the most popular shoes, we out there wearing Nikes. See, they get to set the narrative. And that's the problem with me. I have a problem with that because I don't like to follow nothing, you know what I'm saying, America tells me. I'm very rebellious when it comes to American ideology. Anything they come up with, I go the other direction. If America tell me to turn right, I'm turning left. That's just me. Personally, that's my pet peeve. Okay. I love to go against America. I really do. American philosophy. Okay. I love it because I know it wasn't meant for me. I know that anything they tell us is not going to be good for us as black people because we live in an anti-black country. So if they tell us that, hey, go out there and race mix, and they start showing us all these interracial commercials and everything, there is an agenda behind it. There is an agenda behind everything they do. And me psychologically understanding this, I'm not going to walk into the trap because my eyes can see. The problem is a lot of us are just blind and we don't see it. We don't see the setup. You know what I mean? we don't see what's really going on. We don't see the very same thing that wiped out the black population in Argentina. It was the same setup. Okay. Black people, date out your race. We finally accept you. Come and mix with us. And then mix them right out of there. And guess what Argentinians love to say now? We are a culture without black people. But 30 years ago, you was telling black people to go out there and mix out. You had billboards. You had commercials. Doesn't that sound familiar? Same thing America doing right now. That's what Argentina did. Argentina tell you race didn't matter. Let's just mix together. They did the same thing in Cuba. Mixed out the black population. They did the same thing in Brazil. Mixed out Don't you understand what's going on here? They're using mixed racing to mix us out because we are the target. People, don't you get it? Hello, is anybody home? Black people, you are the primary target to white supremacy. They're after you. They're after us. They're not after any other race of people. They're after us. As long as they can dilute us and wipe us out, mission accomplished. Oh yeah, now we thinking, huh? I told you, I don't play when it comes to this. Okay, you have to wake up early in the morning to pull the wool over my eyes. Okay, that's for real, for real. I do this, okay? So they tell you, yeah, go out there and race mix. It doesn't matter. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Long as you Negroes start to dilute. As long as I look out my window, I don't see a dark-skinned Negro. I'm happy. And you guys don't get it. You really don't get it. Because you don't understand that they are seriously out to annihilate us and get rid of us and wipe us out clean. You know what I'm saying? From the human family. That's what they want. And you don't really understand that. Matter of fact, there's a lot of black people that really don't even believe that. Because it's hard for us to understand something that's just that evil. We as human beings say there's no way in the world somebody can be that evil where they want to wipe out. Oh, yes, they can. Oh, yes, they can, because the devil is here. Did not the Bible itself say woe unto man because the devil has come down to him when he was tossed out of heaven? So we know that he's here. See, this is what you guys don't understand. Knowledge and the truth is not to be played with. And I don't play with it. See, and this was going on. And the reason why they don't want to admit to it is because they want to fit in. So I'm saying black people want to melt into the melting pot, but you don't understand you're going to melt right up out of here. And that's exactly what the agenda is. Anytime they start to promote this, anytime they start to say it's okay for you to mix with our people, they have an agenda. Because you got to understand, they got a population where they can afford to give away 20%. Let's see if y'all smart enough to catch this. 250 million Caucasians, right? 46 million black people. They can mix us out easy. They can say, okay, here's 50 million white people. Mix out with them. And they'll still have 200 left. See, the problem is you guys haven't went to math school. And a lot of you wasn't good when it came to algebra. But math was one of my favorite subjects. And I know about percentages. So we was to mix out with the Caucasian race. We would mix out first because we only got 46 million. They have 250 million. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. And they can mix us out and still have their 200 million and they'll be just fine. And we'd be over here suffering because we done got happy thinking that they finally accepting us and we done mixed ourselves right up out of here with a smile on our faces. That's what I'm talking about. Now it depends on what's more important to you. I told you what the game is. I told you about what they did in Argentina. I told you about what they did in Brazil. This is all, you know what I'm saying? This is all documented. You can go to Google right now and type in how the blacks got mixed out of Brazil. You can type right now how the black population got mixed out of Argentina. And there's a whole video on it. So this is not something that I'm making up. This is not fictional. This is all facts. Now it boils down to, do you care? Because if you don't care, then go ahead and mix yourself right up out of here. See, a lot of black men and a lot of black women, because you're both out there doing it. Black men a whole lot more. We know that. Black men are out of here with that stuff when it comes to race and mixing. They're on a whole different level. But if your personal needs, my brother, is more important than your people, have at it. Let me repeat that again. If your personal needs, me. See, that's the problem with black people. We have become separatists. See, we are a bunch of separatists now because we got divided. The white man divided us. And it all started from, what are you guys doing out here on the plantation? Why is you guys break it up? Because you remember way back then, they wouldn't even allow black people to gather up and have a conversation because the owner, the master, thought the black slaves was plotting on him. So they wasn't even allowed to gather up and have conversations as a group. And not only that, do you remember when they came out with that law saying that you couldn't gather up on the corner? You remember they was enforcing that law for a while? You know what I'm saying? Black people in the hood, you know what I'm saying, standing on the corner, and they say, y'all got to break that up. What was the word for it? Illegal gathering. See, they always tried to keep black people separated. So that's why we become a bunch of separatists, because we didn't have the ability to practice unity. Practicing unity became a violation, a social violation. Oh, I'm cooking today, ain't I? Oh yeah, I'm cooking today. I told you, when I unfold this, I'm going to unfold a masterpiece. Because see, when I break stuff down, you can't run from it. You can't sit up here and tell me they didn't have a law to keep black people separated, because they did. You can't tell me that on the plantation that black people were not allowed to come together and congregate, because it's true. Everything I'm telling you is true. I break this down. All right. I break it down to its molecules for you guys can understand knowledge is king. And I'm going to kick that knowledge that you can't get from college. You feel me? So to all the black men out there that really don't care and you believe in this hype and this delusional, you know what I'm saying, ideology America has made up, you know what I'm saying? Brazil made it up too, mixed out the black population. Same ideology. Argentina did it. Wiped out the whole population. And it was successful. And now you under the experiment. Now you under the mix yourself out experiment. So I want to know how we going to respond to it. Because the evidence is clear. I can back up everything I say. Debating me, check this out. I only debate my equals. All others I teach. Let's get that clear. Okay? I already know I can run circles around the average when it comes to this subject right here, or anything pertaining to my people, because I studied that greatly and I studied my enemy even more. So I know how he moves. I know what they're doing. But if you just want to be happy and fulfill your own little life and be a separatist, then go ahead. But our enemy doesn't see us separately. Woo, go ahead and cook. Get him, Nizzo. Check this out. I said our enemy doesn't see us separately. He sees us as one. So I ask black people this question. If your enemy sees you as one, then why don't you see yourself as one? Because when they pull us over, you think they care about if you are a woman or a man and we on here having gender wars? The police that's pulling you over and the enemy that's coming against you can care less if you're a man or a woman. They will take your life. We've seen that. How many black women been getting killed lately by the police? And how many black men that's been killed by the police for countless of years? They do not care about gender. So why do you knuckleheads and you slow-minded Negroes, you know what I'm saying, care about gender when it really doesn't make a difference? When it comes to your enemy, he can care less. Only thing he sees is black skin. Okay? Facts. Now, everybody is so upset, and I get it, and I understand it. But see, I will go, you know what I'm saying, and break it down in part 2 when I'm going to break down what order is. Because you guys don't understand what divine order is. And you guys don't understand that the Europeans came into the earth and disrupted this order. Oh man, I'm about to go deep on y'all. I'm going to break down the rainbow and everything. I'm about to go deep. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to give you a little taste of it. Divine order is this. When you wake up in the morning, you put on 2 white socks, right? And when you wake up in the morning, you put on 2 black socks, or 2 red ones, or 2 green ones, or 2 whatever you want to put together, 2 purple ones, right? But order lets us know that when you wake up in the morning, you don't put on a white sock and a black sock, because we would call that what? Out of order. You know what I'm saying? So when we go out there and we end up dating a white person, you don't see that that's out of order. So you don't understand, everything is divine order. And to knock all you religious people in the head, because I'm going to get to you real quick and get you up out of here. Don't you know in the Bible, in the end of Revelations, it said that when all the great tribulation is over, that all of the people of the earth will all go back to their neighboring countries? This is facts. It's in the Bible that everybody, after the fall of Babylon, which is America, you know what I'm saying, the new Babylon, after the fall of the great Babylon, the second Babylon, which is America, everybody's going to go to their own country once it's destroyed. And it's already been predicted that America will be destroyed. Guess what the Bible say? For all you Christians, the African going to go back to Africa. The Asians going to go back to China and Japan. The Indians are going to go back to India. You know what I'm saying? The Mexicans and Latinos going to go back to Mexico. This is written in the Bible. But see, you guys don't pay attention to stuff like that. I do. But you guys don't understand that when the Europeans came here, they disrupted divine order. Okay? All the races got mixed up. You see these people here on this picture? They would have never met each other if it wasn't for slavery. Because what we got to understand is black people, our destiny got altered. Oh, yeah, I told y'all I did not come to play today. As black people, our destiny got altered. Who altered it? Europeans. When they drug us into slavery, they altered, okay, our destiny. Our destiny wasn't supposed to be this right here. This was not supposed to be our destiny. And if it wasn't for slavery, you would have never met Karen. Okay, you would have never met Karen. So when people say, "Oh, love brought us together," no, it didn't. Slavery did. Oh, I know that hurt, didn't it? But you know it's the truth, huh? I laugh when black men say that. Oh, it was destiny. It was meant to be. No, it wasn't. Because it wasn't for slavery, you would have never met her. What you don't understand is that we was never supposed to be together. Europeans and black people was never supposed to be together. We came together by force. Okay? We was forced to be amongst these people. We was forced to be around them. This wasn't a choice. Okay? I'm sorry, Kanye West, but this wasn't a choice. We was forced, shackled, and brought over here in chains, and was forced to be around these people. So you can miss me with that, oh, we came together because of love. No, you came together because of slavery. Because it wasn't for slavery, you would never met her. And black men and women would have been guaranteed to be with each other because that's who we were around. Okay? We didn't get around them until they made us come around them, until they forced us, you know what I'm saying, into a land in a country that we didn't know nothing about. We didn't know these people from Adam, but we was drug over here in a strange place around strange people. I don't know about you, but there's nothing beautiful about that. Okay? But yeah, this got everybody up in the uproar. And I get it. I understand it. Now, to anybody that think they can even remotely even think that you can debate me when it comes to this right here, you can't do that. That's mission impossible. Because I know too much. And I know the truth. I know the truth of the matter. And I know why this right now is being promoted right here in the United States of America. How do I know this? Because Malcolm X, the great Malcolm X, said this. He said, if it comes down to it and the white man has no other alternatives, he will offer you his woman in order to make you stumble. Facts. Go back and listen to the words of Malcolm X. See, I study people. I study everything. All right. From Black history to the Bible. I done studied this, man. Okay. This is what I do. This is seriously what I do. So to all of those that think this is cool and everything, come and debate me. Okay. You can debate me anytime you want to. You know what I'm saying? Just send it to nizzletheartist@gmail.com and I'll debate you on any stage. Okay? On any day. In any situation. But of course, I'm not going to show my face, but I will debate you. Okay? Most definitely. No problem. And you won't even get close to winning. Believe me, you won't. See, you know what's funny about it? To even go further, a little bit more deeper, and then I'm going to go ahead and end this video. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Isn't it ironic that when we look for a dog, we always look for a pure breed? Don't you notice that? When you want a German Shepherd, you want a pure German Shepherd. Why? Because the German Shepherd has more value. And it's a pure breed. So it's more appreciative to have a pit bull that's a full breed. A collie that's a full breed. This is what people want. But for some reason, when it comes to people, we don't think the same way. We don't think about having a pure breed child. You know what I'm saying? We have mixed kids and mixed people, and we put more value on it than we put on the pure breed. See, that's why you're backwards. You don't make no sense. That's why it's called divine order. And divine order is what you don't have. What you have is chaos, because the world is being ran by a chaotic people that's altering everybody. So you got to understand, race mixing didn't happen until they came over and raped and colonized. You know what I'm saying? Do you know the origins of race mixing? Oh, y'all better stop playing with me. You know what the origins of race? If you go all the way back down to when it first started, you have to go to the plantation. Oh, I said I'm going to cook. If you want to go to the origins of race mixing, specifically between white and black people, it started at the plantation. When the master used to call the black woman in and say, "Come in here, Tissy. Now take off your clothes." And he would take advantage of her and then send her back to her husband. If you want to know the origins, y'all better stop playing with me. You better stop playing with me, black man. I'm not the one to play with. The truth is in the building. Okay? The truth is in the building. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. Okay? So that's the origins of race mixing, specifically when it comes to us and them. Okay? So you want to call that a beautiful thing? See, you understand that what's happening today was never supposed to happen. We was never supposed to cross paths. That's why I tell people all the time, I say, black people and white people will never come together because we're like water and oil. And no matter how much you blend us together, we're never going to blend. Only two things that can happen in this situation. The water is going to overtake the oil, or the oil going to overtake the water. Don't let that go over your head. Well, let me explain that to you. What I'm basically saying, we know that water and oil can't mix, but if you put enough oil in there, it eventually mix out the water. Okay? So basically what I'm telling you, that if you put enough white inside of the mix, it's eventually going to mix us right up out of here. And that's what you don't get, man. See, they don't like me because I tell the story. They don't like me because I'll break it down. I like to go and break things down. I've always been like that since I was a young man. I used to see something and tinker with it, and I would break it apart. I wanted to know what the origins of it was. I was always a curious child, and I'm curious about everything. That's why when I go into everything, I go in it like with surgical gloves, and just like I went into the surgical situation when it comes to interracial marriage and relationships and, what I'm saying, and the selfishness of our people and the fact that we don't catch on very quick until it's too late. And we end up like the people in Argentina, mixed up out of here. And you don't see us no more. And then they change our name from black to colored, like they did in South Africa, when they was trying their best to mix out the black population then. Okay. Luckily, the black South Africans woke up before it was too late, because they was getting mixed right up out of there. They was getting mixed out of there so much that they had to create another category called colored. You got black people, colored people, which is another word for biracial. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the white people. That's how much black people were being mixed out that a whole nother category was created. The colors were starting to be just as populated as the blacks. So they was on their way to being mixed out. But luckily for the South Africans, they woke up before it was too late. Because you don't understand, they coming to destroy you. They want to wipe you out. That's their intentions. You can't change their intention. I don't care how many cool white people you know. It's not going to change white supremacy. It's not going to change white supremacy's target. It's not going to change their agenda. It's not going to change nothing. I don't care how many cool white people you know and how many you marry and have babies with. White supremacy going to keep on white supremacy. And they got an agenda, and it's not going to turn back. Okay? From Elon Musk to Bill Gates. Okay? To Donald Trump, it's not going to stop. Okay? They coming for a mission. And if they got to show you a bunch of happy little mixed commercials with little mixed babies running around to get you to mix yourself up out of here, they're willing to do it. They're going to do whatever they got to do to get rid of you. And you don't get this. And when a black man and a black woman understands this, then you're no longer woke. You are awake.